And then the next morning when I was like, had just gotten to Orlando airport to go home, I got an email from Bob Ryder saying, "Hey, great job. Welcome to the family. Here's your travel for next week."
Wow.
So
That's so cool.
that's just kind of how that all went down. But after three trips to Stanford and never them just never pulling the trigger and signing me, um, and it partially due to me because I mean that's like your dream job, right? That was everything. I wanted to get to WWE as an announcer. Um, when I got brought back there and I did some stand-ups in the studio, I just froze up. I mean, I have to admit it. I froze up. I was shaky. I was just like deer in the headlights. And then I went and like called matches with Michael Cole, and then my first audition was with Taz, oddly enough, which I worked with him obviously in Impact,
Do you
and that
remember
was just
roughly what years these were?
that was that would have been like that was like 2003.
Okay.
And then the last time I went out there, last time I was brought out was 2009. So when I first went out, I was super green still, but worked with Taz, did stand-ups, everything went well. It was backstage at a SmackDown. They just put matches to a monitor. Kevin Dunn was in the truck feeding the stuff. He was in our ear counting us down for like replays and stuff. And I felt like I knocked it out of the park. Michael Cole and Taz both told me to like watch the rest of the show on the headsets just backstage, and so I could hear just the chatter producer talk. And I felt like, dude, okay, I got this. And a few weeks later, I got the call to go back, and I'm like, I already auditioned, so I'm like, I'm going back there to sign on the dotted line, daddy. Um, but no, they put me in the studio, and the big studio cam came down, and the big red light came on, and I froze up, and but then did commentary and got comfortable again, and then they flew me back out to audition for like a live event like host position at one point, and that was like just a few months after. And then in 2009, right before um right before doing the Hulkamania tour, I got taken out there, and this time I called matches with Joey Styles, with John Gaburek, big, um, overseeing the audition. And I got to admit, I froze up on the stand ups again at first, but then had some really good ones, and then felt really comfortable on commentary. And afterwards, I didn't get signed, but it was a bit of a monkey off the back because I met with John Gaburek in his office after, and he's like, "Well, how do honestly, how do you think you did?" And I said, "Well, I don't know why this is like happening to me again here, but I like froze up on the stand ups, but then got more comfortable and then felt good, felt pretty good about the commentary." And he, really put me over on commentary and said, "What you did on commentary is phenomenal. We bring people in from all walks of broadcasting, sportscasters that think they have to call every single move. They don't know how to tell the story, or they're monotone, or they're always up here and there's no ebb and flow. And you knew how to tell the story and follow the match." And I think he said like, "What you did on commentary was phenomenal." And I'm like, so that went a long way to help me like, okay, you know, I feel pretty good about myself now. I didn't, so I guess they were going to bring it down to like they had 10 people, then they were going to narrow it down to 3. And like a few months later, I got a call and they're like, "Congratulations, you made the final 3." But unfortunately, they're just deciding to go in a different direction or something. And it was like, and that was the end of it with them. But then it was the Hulkamania tour and wearing so many hats. And then it was Impact, and that going on live on Impact with JB and being on camera and then calling those matches live, having just met JB earlier that day. Like, I mean, if there was a time to be nervous, that would have been the time,
Yeah.
not just being in a studio where I'm just trying out. So that too, like making that debut on Impact and then sticking, and I was really happy with my work at Impact. I thought had some great opportunities, had some great calls, and got to call AJ Styles matches, Kurt Angle matches, Sting matches. Hogan was there on camera as the general manager. I got to do some cool stuff and do it at that level, live television, live pay-per-view. So that really kind of shook that confidence issue that I kind of got from those several WWE tryouts by seemingly coming so close and then just not sealing the deal. It was then that I knew, hey, I can do it, at that level.
Was Big working there in TNA when you were? Because I know he eventually started working for TNA. Was he working there when you were there?
No, we just missed each other.
Ships passed in the night.
I know. Yep, exactly.